wasn't built for records. It was built for your everyday ride. But we pushed it anyway. From Kutanad in Kerala, the lowest point in India, to Kamak in Himachal, the highest altitude motorable village in the country, across 3,500 kilometers, non-stop, in 104 hours, 16 riders, 1 scooter, through narrow lanes, scorching highways, and frozen Himalayan climbs. The Suzuki Access 125 kept going, and what started as a test became a record. India Book of Records, meet the everyday champion. Suzuki Access 125. Engineered for the everyday. Ready for the extreme.
Some challenges redefined what we think is possible. Taking a 125cc scooter on one of the toughest endurance rides ever attempted, from Kutanad in Kerala, the lowest altitude point in India, to Kamak in Himachal Pradesh, which is the highest altitude village in India accessible by road. This is one such challenge, and not only did the Suzuki Access completed this journey, but it also made history by entering the India Book of Records. Today we have with us the team from Suzuki who led this initiative. We have Miyaji-san and Deepak-san. So let's dive into this and ask them what made them think of doing such a challenging ride on a 125cc scooter. Miyaji-san, let's start with you. And with the very first question that comes to mind. Why did Suzuki take this challenge?
That's because we have confidence in the quality of product. Rather than simply studying the worth of its quality, we choose to prove it. The Access has been a trusted companion for millions of riders, but we want to take it beyond the daily commute and show what it is truly capable of. This ride wasn't just about endurance, it was about testing the Access in real-world extreme conditions, providing its durability, pickup, maneuverability, comfort, and quality across different altitudes India has to offer.
Deepak-san, take us back to the initial spark. What was the genesis of this record attempt?
At Suzuki, we constantly strive to push the boundaries and demonstrate the capabilities of our products in real-world conditions. The Access is known for its reliability and comfort. So for this, the team conceived the definitive challenge of exploring the limits of Access on one of the toughest endurance rides one can imagine, from India's lowest point to India's highest motorable village.
Deepak-san, I'm assuming the planning for it would have been as exhaustive as the ride itself. Please take us through the planning phase.
Yes, you're right. Planning was the core part of it. Apart from testing the capabilities of scooter, which we already knew, a lot of time went in planning that includes the inception of this idea, to countless hours of brainstorming, to selecting the right routes, selecting the right team, riders, the service checkpoints, the pit stops, and finally aligning all the resources together at right point and the right time to make it happen seamlessly. So this challenge was not just effort of a single rider, it was unified team who worked for 104 hours straight across roads and within walls. The team of 16 riders, each taking turns to ride the scooter in shifts to ensure safety while maintaining the non-stop momentum of the journey.
Wow, you went through different terrains, each with unique challenges. How the riders tackled Kerala's narrow roads, which were one of the first major obstacles, and how did the scooter handle that?
The narrow winding roads of Kerala presented a unique set of challenges right at the beginning. Maneuverability was absolutely key here. The riders had to be precise with their handling, navigating tight turns and often dealing with city traffic and varying road surfaces. So let's hear from them directly.
I just rode the Suzuki Access 125, the new version of the scooter from Kutanad to Kochi for maybe around 100 kilometers, and I felt handling the scooter is superb, and through the heavy traffic I could manage very well. Maneuvering everywhere was very easy.
And how about the machine, Miyazi-san? How do you see this from a technical angle?
In new Access, we have made a significant change to the frame. We have reduced the number of parts to give it very simple structure. The weight of frame is reduced. However, the torsional rigidity is increased by 25%. It gives excellent straight line stability and positive cornering performance. Hence, it feels very light to ride. While riding in the track, it gives confidence to the rider.
And then came the long highways of central India. How was this part of the ride important?
The wide open highways of central India presented completely different set of demands. The primary challenge was to break the sheer monotony and the potential rider fatigue under the blazing sun. Access had to prove the ability to handle long hours at high speeds without any strain. So comfort was also a major factor. If the ride wasn't smooth, fatigue would have set in quickly. So this leg was more about mental physical endurance than the technical riding skill.
The seating was very comfortable, wonderful seating. Riding this long, this baby was awesome. So suspensions were good. I didn't expect such a smooth suspension, but overall my experience was good. I have my notion towards 125cc vehicles has changed.
So now I'll be riding till Delhi, around 600 kilometers from here. In this seat I'll be riding and stress it how much it can run.
I personally felt that the leg space has a bit more comfortable for riders like me.
And when it comes to Access, how the performance output of scooter matches with the requirement of such ride in terms of output?
In terms of output, the upgrade engine produces greater torque at low to middle range speeds to contribute even quicker and more responsive acceleration. This helps especially in situations like overtaking. Powerful torque output excels in stop and go traffic. Low friction engine that provide reliable riding, and finely tuned CVT setting delivers better and more responsive acceleration and enable constant cruising speed at low RPM that helps maximize in mileage too.
Now coming to the most exciting part, the Himalayas. Steep climbs, winding roads and extreme conditions. Was this the toughest?
Yes, the Himalayas were undoubtedly the most demanding part of the entire expedition. Here we faced multiple challenges, steep inclines that tested the engine's power, winding roads with hairpin bends that demanded exceptional handling, and the rapidly changing weather coupled with the decreasing oxygen levels at high altitudes, which affected both the riders and the scooter performance. The riders needed to be precise with their throttle control on the ascents, careful with their braking on the descents. However, Access demonstrated impressive gradability, power, stability, despite the steep gradients and the thin air.
We have started from New Delhi and we have reached Narkanda. This scooter is very fun to ride in mountains.
And all of these in just 103 hours and 45 minutes through non-stop ride. This is insane. What was the reaction of the team when they reached Comic? That must have been an incredible moment.
Yes, reaching Coming was an emotional moment for the entire team. After enduring the diverse and often grueling conditions from the southern tip of India and all the way to one of the highest motorable villages in the world, there was an overwhelming sense of accomplishment, relief, and proving what we set out to prove: quality. Seeing the Suzuki Access, a humble scooter, parked at dead altitude, having successfully completed such an audacious journey, was a testament to its resilience and our team's dedication. Access passed every test, and in doing so, it made history by securing a place in the India Book of Records.
So now when you have accomplished the record, if there's one thing you want people to take away from this challenge, what would it be?
The Access isn't just a scooter, it's a machine built for reliability, and it's a trusted partner on roads. We put it through the toughest challenge possible, and it didn't just proved, it triumphed.
We want people to know that when they choose a Suzuki product, they are choosing something that is builder, last and reliable.
Well, there you have it. Tested like never before. Proven where it matters most. I must say it is engineered to take on the extraordinary. Thank you for joining this session. See you.
From the calm of Kutanad to the heights of Comic, it faced its toughest journey and conquered it. But beyond the record, the Suzuki Access 125 remains what it's always been. A quiet strength for millions of Indians, helping them overcome life's everyday challenges. One ride at a time.